Hello, my lovely Marshall Blenders. How are you? How are you? Welcome to my show. I am Marshall's Blends here, and today I wanted to talk about two things that I was actually conversing about with a friend of mine named Manda's Cave. She does fragrances. You guys know I have a fragrance channel, and we were talking about two things, and it made me think. When you go, if you're a natural hair person, or I think it applies to any hair, when you go to a salon or you go to a person, there is the aspect of retail. So what does that mean? We're selling you a product, right? For the most part, we're selling you a product. Fortunately for me, what I'm selling you is me. So you get the real deal, full, no gimmicks. But when you go to a place that is a product brand, they're supposed to try to make any other product sound like it's garbage. You know? That's the truth. So let's say that I am working for brand X. I'm supposed to make it sound like brand A to Z will not work for you, and if you're using them, it's garbage, and the only thing that's gonna work for you is brand X. And they take advantage of two things: ignorance and lack of education that the usual person doesn't have. For example, they may state a fact, and this was a fact that Manda Cave mentioned: oil dries the hair out. The fact is that oil does not necessarily contribute to hydrating or moisturizing the hair. But the same property that doesn't contribute to the moisturization or the hydration of the hair is the very same property that helps it to lock or seal in moisture or hydration. But what's the truth? The truth is, before you apply that oil to the hair, which is different than the scalp, it's two different things. We're talking about the hair. That means anything that already came out of the follicle. When you have washed your hair, right? You've conditioned your hair. Hopefully you've also deep conditioned if your hair requires it. If you have mid porosity to high porosity, you should deep condition. Let's say you applied your deep conditioner and the hair is still wet and you decide you want to apply an oil. Guess what? That's okay, because there is moisture in there, right? And the oil will contribute to sealing that in the hair. The other thing is, let's say your hair is dry and you want to apply an oil. Okay, so the idea is you want to apply a moisturizer to the hair before you apply the oil. And the oil will seal that moisturizer in the hair. So that's one of the things that happens. Let me tell you something. If you leave from a place feeling less educated or feeling worse about yourself or your hair care choices, yes, it's possible that you may be hypersensitive, right? We keep it real here. You may be hypersensitive, but 9 times out of 10, it's because their marketing really worked. Because marketing, sometimes the goal of the marketing is to break the person, to then build them up, but according to the marketer's perception or idea or goal. So break the person's concept of their hair care down.
Oh, you're a horrible hair person. You're treating your hair so horrible. Oh, you're the worst.
And then say,
but if you use hair care X, then you'll be the best.
You know? So what is the reality? If you've watched my channel, I don't stick to just one shampoo or one conditioner or one deep conditioner or one bond builder, I use them all. I use them all because I realized that there are certain hair care or blends, Marshall's blends of hair care that will work for a specific person that will not work for the other person. So that's where education comes in. You have to understand what is your porosity. You know, how does your hair behave? Because if you did the water test where you dropped your hair and thing and it stayed in the middle, but when you wash your hair, you realize that it's able to soak it up but just spit the moisture right out real fast, then your hair is telling you that even though you did that test, your hair is telling you, I am high porosity. You know? And then you also have to kind of figure out, is it that your roots are low porosity, and then after a few inches, for whatever reason, the hair becomes porous? You know, those are things you want to find out. And so educate yourself. Some people try and knock YouTube University. I am a product of YouTube University. Okay. Guy Tang, the Color Mother. Who else? Sam Villa. You know, all those wonderful people who came, even the one that likes to talk about YouTube University, Sindal, you know, so stylistic. I am a product of YouTube University. YouTube University prepared me so that when I did go to cosmetology school, guess what? I was prepared. I was ready. Okay, so those are the things I wanted to talk about. Always make sure to put a moisturizer, a legitimate moisturizer, and then yeah, sure, you can use your oil. Also, don't ever feel or let yourself be made to feel like you are a bad person to your hair. You are doing what you know. And the reality is, if you know nothing, then you will do nothing to your hair. And, you know, that's just what it is. And then you look for the education, and guess what? You learn. The other thing is, you don't have to just stick to one product. Don't ever let somebody make you feel like you can only use that product. Because I'm going to tell you something. Chances are even the people that are the owners and the makers or distributors of a specific line use other things. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say I have a hair care line that is, Marshall's Blends hair, chelating shampoo, protein balanced moisturizing conditioner, and deep conditioning treatment with added bond repair. Let's say I have that. Does that mean I'm only going to use those products in my salon? For the most part. But the way Marshall's Blends would work, I would still also in my salon have the Mizani Formula 7. I would still also have the Uberless. I would still also have the Olaplex. I would probably even have the Cream of Nature Bonding Plex. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you can't just force one thing. Again, it goes back to my belief in abundance. There's room for everybody and everything. So those are the things I was thinking about. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Love you, Manda's Cave. Thank you for the idea. Goodbye, my lovely Marshall Blenders. I'll see you. Pick a note soon.